gonna lie, starting a business is a very challenging thing. You have to set your expectations. Money is not gonna come the minute you start the business. You need people who are on the same wavelength and want to do something. I'm a graduate of dentistry. I have Bachelor of Dentistry. After I graduated, I realized along the way that this is something I did based on society needs and for my parents, basically. Like,
You want to highlight tribal African elegant element to be your brand. What do you mean in that?
you don't find the majority of women who think that they can be business women.
Right.
So I'm trying to have the brand fully cultured from Sudan, so that all the women from that region, when they see it, get inspired, and more women actually use their talents, and we get lots of business women from Sudan. So that's the whole premise of.
Okay. Now I would like to invite here our next speaker, please. Kandaka, a woman of lots of talents.
Hi, love your smile. You make it easy for all of us.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, you are lots of things. You are owning digital marketing agency. You have a podcast, fashion model. I saw your pictures. It's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I would like to know your story.
All right. Well, my name is Dua in Arabic. I make it easier by going with Kandaka Dua. Okay. I'm from Sudan originally, born and raised in Emirates. Half of my life university in Egypt, and then I started traveling and landed here for a bit. So I'm a graduate of dentistry. I have Bachelor of Dentistry. After I graduated, I realized along the way that this is something I did based on society needs and for my parents, basically, like a lot of us in my generation. And I left it after graduating, trying to find what I'm good at. By a lot of experience and going through many fields, I landed on marketing and realized that that's my passion. And from there I started freelancing as a marketeer, tested marketing in different ways, online marketing, social media marketing, offline marketing, all possible ways, until I got the experience and confidence and realized that I'm actually impactful in this. And then came the step where I felt like it's time to invest in myself rather than invest in someone's company.
Make your own brand, right?
And make my own brand. So I started the agency just last August. It's a brand new.
Brand new.
Yeah.
And what about podcasts?
The podcast is actually a baby product of the agency.
Okay.
So I was working on the agency and the podcast side by side. And the podcast, the whole premise of the podcast is interviewing entrepreneurs everywhere I go who are international, who managed to build a business from the ground up, not working 9 to 5. So I don't have 9 to 5 guests. And the whole purpose is to inspire people to like, hey, here's an example of a person who spent a while trying to figure it out and now they have a 6-figure business. You can do it too. So that's the whole purpose of the podcast. It's a baby project of the agency because it's a whole production of the agency, editing, marketing, and everything. So, yeah.
And you started your business in Krakow, right?
In Poland, yes.
In Poland.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Poland. And how do you find, like, what are the challenges for the expat? Like, were there parts where you felt like, oh, if I were Polish, I would not have that struggle?
Well, thankfully, I know my limits, and I'm a co-founder and I have a business partner who is Polish,
Okay.
who handled all the difficult parts of creating the agency. He's the one who speaks in Polish, and I'm the one who deals with everything that has to do to deal with clients. He's the one who deals with accounting, legalities, and whatnot. So it's a teamwork, basically.
Teamwork.
Yeah.
And I viewed your website, and it caught me. Like you were writing something like that you want to highlight tribal African elegant element to be your brand. What do you mean in that? You already have like an image for your brand. How do you find to show this image to the audience?
Good question. Where I come from in Sudan, it's not, you don't find the majority of women who think that they can be business women.
Right.
So I'm trying to have the brand fully cultured from Sudan, so that all the women from that region, when they see it, get inspired, and more women actually use their talents, and we get lots of business women from Sudan. So that's the whole premise of that way. Yeah.
I very much like it because it shows that you want to say something with your brand. You want to say something with your agency, and I think that it talks with people a lot.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you find your business so far successful? And what was the most important key to the success? What would you say?
As a brand new business, so far I cannot say that I am successful. I'd be lying. It would be fair to measure this after a year, after 2 years. But I'm not gonna lie, starting a business is a very challenging thing. You have to set your expectations. Money is not gonna come the minute you start the business, but you have to believe in this business before you start it, so that you manage to keep going. Because there's a lot of challenges. There is the imposter syndrome, which a lot of entrepreneurs should be going through. There's finding clients. As a new agency, you're still building the credibility, building the trust. It's not the easiest thing the first years. So let's talk after 2 years, and I'll tell you if I became successful. I hope so. Fingers crossed.
And all the other speakers also highlighted how important is it to have friends and to have friends in business. Was it the same for you?
It's so crucial being around people who have the same mindset in this particular thing. And that's why expats in business, this whole community, it's extremely important to find communities like this, because a lot of times you're lost. A lot of times you don't believe that it's gonna work. You need the push, you need brainstorming. You need people who are on the same wavelength and want to do something. So to get that push. So having friends, I pick friends who who have that ambition. Yes. Helps a lot.
Well, good luck.
Thank
I hope
you.
we will see you in 2 years.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Yes.
And we will be open for the questions, and if we can show, you can check her website, her beautiful pictures, listen to the podcast. Yes, there we go.
Subscribe, YouTube, guys. All right.
So she asked, how long would you like to stay here in Poland?
I'd love to stay as much as possible, especially after finding this community. It makes me feel that I belong a little bit more. But this trip will end by February, and then hopefully another trip will come soon.
Sorry, I just wanted to ask about podcast, right? Do you find it challenging to run a podcast these days when, it seems to be extremely saturated? And do you think, I don't know how many episodes have you created, but do you have any ideas how to kind of break even or stand out when there are thousands of podcasts and things like that?
Great question, to the point. I always say, create, don't imitate. So there is hundreds of thousands of podcasts. It's like podcast era. We're living in the podcast era right now. So you gotta create something that has a value in your own spice or your own twist for it to actually stand a chance to be seen. That's one thing. But the most important thing for anyone who is going to start a podcast, make it because you love it, not because you're expecting to get money of it next month. So it's not gonna pay off this year, not the next year, but I'm betting on it hopefully in a couple of years to work out.
2 years.
Yeah, two years. Yeah, I'll meet you guys in 2 years. And I launched it exactly 2 months ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a question. My question is that your goal of having a podcast and YouTube channel, or just like a defining kind of business and maybe earning income in future from that, or connecting to something else? I mean, using as a marketing goal for something else.
Basically, the reason that motivated me to start the podcast now, even, I love the idea and I'm very passionate about it, and the editing, it was a whole learning curve, but I'm mainly also using it as an indirect marketing for my agency. So as I said, it's a baby product, and who sees it hopefully will connect to the agency and be a potential client. So that's the whole purpose, yeah.
Business. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You can do it.